This is the vast, untouched landscape of Canada's mountains and forests. Here, map of Canada shows historical fur trade routes. Icons now appear marking the lands of the Inuit, Métis, and First Nations. This map illustrates the historical and geopolitical ties between British Columbia and Indigenous nations as Venus Woodcartians. This map shows an early Indigenous village, with tents near a river and smoke rising. Nations people rode traditional canoes across crystal-clear lakes. This map shows their historical routes and territories. This basket weaving continues a tradition from the crystal-clear lake region, where First Nations paddled these historical routes. A vast herd of bison running across the Canadian prairies. The historical map shows ancient canoe routes. The historical canoe routes used for trade and exploration across North America. Aurora Borealis. Early settlements in the Arctic regions. Explorers mapped these areas, establishing key outposts. As European ships approach the Atlantic coast, they map the Arctic regions and establish outposts like the Foul settlement. The 16th century French and British ships navigated through icebergs, competing to explore and claim new regions. From the shores of France, explorers set sail for new regions. They arrive on the shores of Quebec, claiming it for France. The British explorer lands in Newfoundland. He claims the territory for Britain. The red flag marks the new colony. Fur traders, known as voyageurs, paddled canoes laden with beaver pelts. Their trade routes shaped. The fur trade era saw intense competition between Britain and France for control of North America's beaver-rich lands. The 17th century, the British and French empires competed for control of North America. The British Affleton region. In the 18th century, British and French territories in North America were defined by the fur trade. Inside trading posts. In 1670, the Hudson's Bay Company was granted a royal charter. Over the next century, its territory expanded across North America. This symbolic handshake near the campfire represents early alliances between Europeans and Indigenous peoples. Trade routes expand, a storm brews in the skies, symbolizing the coming conflict between powers. On the map of North America, blue French territory clashed with red British ones, symbolizing the colonial struggle for dominance. Colonial North America, French and British territories clashed. Lines of soldiers stood ready, their muskets firing in volleys. 1759, the British launched a surprise attack on Quebec City. They defeated the French on the Plains of Abraham, capturing the city. 1759, the Battle of the Plains of Abraham marked a turning point in history. The French flag was lowered, and the British Union Jack. The Treaty of Paris, 1763, formally ended the war. France ceded its territories in North America to Britain. Britain took control of almost all French territories in Canada. By the mid-18th century, the map of North America was regio. The map of our colonies. And this is British North America? The scale is immense. The vast Canadian territories were under British control, but in Quebec, French culture thrived. The Quebec Act protected French rights. See the cross and law book, symbols of religious and legal protections. After the American Revolution, Loyalist refugees fled north. They settled in British-controlled Canada, like Nova Scotia. In 1812, the United States tried to expand north into Canada, push north into Canada, but Canadian forces pushed back. We stand together to block this border. As allies, we defend our shared lands. United, we protect our territories. Smoke and fire icons are appearing a US-Canada border. This map animation illustrates the geopolitical tension called Klinklik represented. On a winter night in the forest, a battle rages. Colonial forces clash with Indigenous warriors. 1814, British forces invaded Washington, D.C. They set the White House ablaze, a pivotal event in the War of 1812. After the War of 1812, the border between the USA and Canada was formally defined. This map shows the clearly drawn international boundary. In a 19th century Canadian town, diverse groups came together to celebrate unity. The steamboat revolutionized trade on the Great Lakes. It connected ports from Duluth to Montreal, fueling growth. Canada's early lumber industry relied on rivers like the Ottawa to transport timber. Logs floated downstream as steamers, driving the nation's growth. As autumn arrives, a maple leaf turns red in the sun, symbolizing the historical flow of Canada's waterways and its enduring spirit. 1867, 4 provinces joined together to form the Dominion of Canada. Ontario, Quebec, New Brunswick, and Nova Scotia, the forged nation from scattered colonies. They're vision united these lands of the new Canada. There, a golden key unlocks the story of Canada. From British North America to the Atlantic provinces, the nation expands. July 1st, 1867, the Dominion of Canada is formed, uniting the provinces into a new nation. The train begins its journey, linking the prairies and forging a new nation. This map shows the railway line connecting the East Coast to the West Coast. Completed in 1869, it transformed the nation, enabling trade and settlement. New provinces like Manitoba and British Columbia appeared on the map one by one. This marked Canada's westward expansion. In Canada's Wild West, a mountain patrols the vast frontier, from British Columbia to Manitoba, mapping the nation's growth. Manitoba, known for its vast golden wheat fields waving under the prairie sky, a symbol of the province's rich agricultural heritage. From the iconic Mountie to the modern Canadian flag, Canada's story unfolds on the world map. From Canada's shores, brave soldiers served in 2 world wars. Their courage echoed from Vimy to Normandy, shaping history. Map of Canada in 1982. A golden glow over Ottawa as the Constitution becomes ours. This is the map of Canada with its capital, Ottawa. And this is Toronto's skyline with the iconic CN Tower. People of all ethnicities walking together in a city, symbolizing multiculturalism. This map shows a migration. Canada's innovation is transforming global migration patterns. As a multicultural hub, it leads in technology and connectivity. Canada leads in global innovation. Enforce pure Canadian excellence. Canada, a nation of pride and unity. Spanning from the Atlantic to the Pacific, its history is one of diversity and strength. From the thunder of Niagara Falls to the peaks of the Rockies and the vast Arctic expanse. Canada's story is written in its land. From its vast northern expanses, Canada holds a significant place on the world stage. Canada, true north, strong and free.